Alright everybody, welcome back on into another match of Beyond All Reason. Today we're going to be looking at an 8 versus 8 here on Stronghold. This is a north versus south map. Let's take a look at our commanders for each side. For the red team, we have Cortex Commander named Neza spawning on the front line. Looks like he's going to be going with bots. And on the blue team, we have Watch Me Do This, spawning with the Cortex Commander, and he's in the back line here. This map I've played a couple times. There's a lot of elevation change, a lot of places to put artillery and defensive emplacements. So expect to see really strong fortifications around these geos. Once you get T2 artillery up in these areas, it can cover a lot of the opposing area, making assaults in very difficult. So usually there's a good amount of contention going right through the center, and then you try and go around these little sides here. Let's see if anybody goes for early aggression, and if anybody tries to do any combined things where they actually both work on the same building or unit. I don't think so on this one. I've seen it a couple times trying to get things like a Czar or something out a little faster, but right now we got bot lab, air player, and then vehicles, and then vehicles, bots. Should have one tech and one air per team. You can already see the scout plane from the air player here on the red side. Got an early grunt here coming across. It's gonna move back from the actual grunts coming out of blue. Got a couple rovers here. Don't see anything too dramatic coming across early on. A little bit of ticks here from Matata. Matata? Yeah. 3 tatatas. Right, already going for that geo. Get all that energy production up early. 2 grunts annihilate each other with the help of this tick here, which killed the victor. J1013 is already into the center with his commander. Matatatata got some ticks down here on the other side of the map. Rovers are gonna engage them, and they might get a res. They do. They get the grave robber. Words are hard. J1013 gets a radar up in the center, which is very useful because vision is so important. Let's see what they have. They know that brown's being aggressive, and they can see that red is already up to the center as well. All these ticks here, taking out some rovers. Grunts will do much better against them than the rovers do. Looks like Ova Mayoria moving some pawns up to catch things coming through on that western flank. Tom K bringing up his commander. Well, Chupe is now coming up here, building in a position that doesn't usually end well when you have this cliff overlooking you. I've made this mistake of trying to take this spot before. Doesn't end well. Because as soon as a T1 artillery, shell shockers, wolverines, any of them get up there, your position there is lost. Matatata trying to come forward and build a forward LLT, getting pushed back here. A couple Janus and some grunts. Really got to be careful with the Janus. They deal so much damage. Oof. Green coming up, pawns versus grunts, and that's not good for you when you have less pawns than grunts. But Janice is still coming forward after Matatata. I think they may have pushed too far here. They do get the commander, but they're going to have to back out of there, and they're not going to be able to actually secure that reclaim. Early bomb attempt here, getting taken down by some fighters. Not able to get to the back line. 1013 getting chased down by Neza's thugs. Gets 2 of them with a D-gun. I think Neza's... How does he have enough energy at this point to move while cloaked? Okay, he doesn't. There we go. Yeah. I was like, that's absurd. Thugs are going to have to take out these LLTs before continuing the chase. J1013 is just going to try and stand still and weather the storm. Watch Me Doing is coming forward. He's going to have to be careful. There's an LLT as well as these thugs and now rocket bots. Aggravators in this case. A lot going on in the front lines here. Everybody bringing things up and trying to push forward. Watch Me Do This. Gets a couple D-guns off. Doesn't really clip too much of the army though. Just zoning them back. 1013 does scoot his commander back around. We haven't gotten any res bots onto Matatata's commander yet. Kinigi hasn't come forward, and Matatata's not happy about it. Ova Moria is getting hit hard here by some vehicles. Goes down, takes out his LLTs with him. Gonna leave this open to the assault here from Tom K. Air player comes up, bombs a line of grunts. Actually gets a bunch of them, but loses one of his bombers for it. Loses both of them, actually. I guess you're trading energy for metal at that point, but airplanes are just so energy intense, whereas the bombers are metal intense. Or, correction, the grunts are metal intense, comparatively. Purple tried doing a little bombing there. Gets just a couple Mexes. On the western side here, though, the blue team is pushing through. Looks like we did finally eat up the commander here. Matatata's so unhappy about his teammate. Blue and red going back and forth here in the center. Blue's commander is going to go down. There he goes. He does take a lot of red's forces with him, but unfortunately, Blue doesn't have much behind. 1013 is still here, and he's got 2 Janus and a Whistler. Red gets resbots down here trying to eat up this metal. 1013, he's got to be careful. Looks like Nez is running out of forces, though. We are seeing Ova Moria maybe lose out on his production. Matatata left the game. He was just not happy with his partner, who is now starting unit production. We got a bomber coming in from purple against Waterboy, actually. Singular bomber. There we go. We got a T1 AA gun up here, which is going to take care of this. Don't know what... I can't even enunciate the purple player here. But I guess Lavender. Red team already has a resign up for vote. The right side is making a little headway, but their left flank is just decimated here. Waterboy maintains his production, loses a couple buildings, but not much to the single bomber that came across from the Lavender player. The real problem is Maximus here assaulting in, and now Lopson is already up to Sheldon, and he's got it at a forward production point. So he's got a T2 bot lab at a forward production point, pumping out Sheldon, and going against T1 vehicles that are not en masse. They're coming at it one at a time. Now right up the center, Blue's got thugs coming in. And then is Leslie's commander going to get taken down? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to defend quite nicely against this. But just as they get done with that, purple player here, Tom K, is going to come in. And the ecos are actually pretty good for the red team, looking at it. All things, the map control is definitely in favor of the blue side, but the red team is not so far behind on eco. In fact, they're pretty good on eco. I think a lot of that has to do with the right side here just being much more eco-focused, and the side that crumbled wasn't, so what they lost wasn't much economy. Neza is getting Sheldon out of his own now, which once Neza gets up to a little bit of Sheldon, Tom K's gotta be careful here. Oh my gosh. Oh, close. They may stabilize here. There's T2 out of Blopson, but we have T2 out of Pink, I guess? I'm not going to try and say that name. Something Hex? I don't know. But he has Hounds, and now there's Sheldon to go with. They need to get up here before the air player goes down there. Lobson's coming around with his Sheldon being shot in front by Whistlers and Shell Shockers, which is not usual to see that as the frontal assault. Waterboy transitions to Sheldon of his own to defend. This may give time for Red to catch up from the rear and actually head this off. So at this point, Blopson, oh, this spy bot, just amazing. Great connection there. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. Almost all of the units up here for Blopson have went down. There goes the commander. Oh, I called it early. My bad. There he goes. Wow, I didn't think Waterboy was going to be able to defend that. What a great transition into these Sheldon. He is going to be careful, though, about the air player. Because now that he had to focus on bots, he is going to take a lot of heat trying to prevent things like this, where bombers come and just take out backline economies. Although the Lavender player here doesn't look like he's set up economically to do that at all. It looks like he got to a place where he could pump out T1 fighters and then just sort of stopped. Whereas the yellow player continued. I don't like the agitator that he's building, but, you know, I'm not the one that's cornered and dying. Red has Fiends coming forward to try and clear up this mess. They are getting taken out quite inefficiently, though. Red's got to be careful with that. The Hounds here coming forward. The red team is doing a great job of coming back. Blue team, though, they've started up their eco proper. So we've got Kurt Sunupal, already has an Aphis up. The blue player has a fusion. And we have now T2 coming out of Maximus as well. I think if the red team is going to get any push against them, they need to do it really, really soon. Because everybody on red had to focus on units there for quite a bit. We do have... pretty much everybody has Tech 2 here on the red side. Granted, they are down 2 players, so they do not have as much APM to work with. We still have Maximus's commander being hunted here. They take out that, and they get stunned. Oop. Maximus's commander gets brought out into the daylight. What's he at? 500 health, 300 health. Oh, 234. So close. It looks like he's gonna get out of there. Oh no! What did I miss? How did Red die? Well, the red team throws in the towel after Red himself dies. The blue team takes the win. We're going to come back and see what happened to Red here. Okay, so there are blitzes coming in from behind. We just came back through. You see Maximus's commander still here, so we're just a couple minutes before where we were before. Red's base is getting assaulted from behind and from a singular bomber that took out some of his build power and wind turbines. And then to follow that up, blitzes are coming in from behind his base. So a lot of his economy already was taken out by the time that Maximus's commander was trying to be taken out. We got a couple bombers come in, take out most of the rest of the build power. I think we're going to go for this Geo. There we go. Yeah, the advanced Geo went down to these Sheldon here. And with that, that is why Red's base just disappeared and the red team resigned. Alright. If you guys enjoyed this match, please leave me a like below. If there's something you want to see or something I can improve upon, leave me a comment in the comment section.
Battle ended.
Otherwise, we'll see you again next time. Thank you.